Alrighty, so before we can ever start with going in and using the program, we have to talk about managing files. It's important that when we manage our files that we're making sure that everything's in one spot. And this has to do more with client management than anything else, but it's really a good habit to get into, especially if you're a young designer. So right here we have my desktop. Super fancy, I know. And what we're going to do is we're going to create a folder that's specific for the project. So in this case, we're going to go and right click, bring up this menu, go to new, and then folder. And it's going to create a new folder. Then we're going to name it the project. Now, you can be someone like me who has folders inside of folders inside of folders. So like, for instance, this one I would call graphic design work. Okay, and then I'll open that folder. And then I'll open and do a new folder in here. And maybe this one's called logo animation. I might do a folder with client A, client B. If I'm working with someone over and over again, I'll name a folder just for them. Like, I do a lot of work with my wife. So she has her own folder. And then inside the folder, I have different projects. So it'll be there. And then this would be insert name of show 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's an important aspect. Now, once we have that, what we do is we put in all of our files, all of our reference pieces, research, all of that into it. So you can go pretty elaborate with this. So in this case, we'll have that, and then inside that folder, I might have one that's inspiration. Okay, so these are files I'm downloading from the internet, so I'm not violating anyone's copyright. I make everything from scratch, and trademarks. Okay, and then I'll have another one that's raw files. This might be an Adobe Illustrator file or a Photoshop file that's unedited. And then I'll have another one in there that's called working files. This is the working files is the actual file inside of there. So the PSD file or the AI file or the AEP file. Okay, so those are specifically files that I'm going to go in. I've applied a bunch of editing. I've done a bunch of work in them. And then I will have a whole folder, renders, of just renderings. Now, if you're someone like me also and you want to have things kind of in order of how you work, you can also just go ahead and rename them. So for me, the raw files come before the working files. So inspiration comes first because that's always what I do first. Then I'll go to the working file, put a 3 in front of it. And then I have it sorted by name. And doing this by putting a number, it's going to put it in the order. So then it's in the order I want. And it's all good. I know this seems like such a small, insignificant thing, but having good file management, instead of constantly going into your downloads folders and constantly searching for it, it allows you to work more efficiently. And when you work more efficiently, you make more money. So that is the importance of organizing our files. There are many ways to do it. There is no right way, but the idea is you're putting it in a spot, you'll know exactly where it is. By putting it in the name of the show and having these subfolders inside the subfolders, I'm able to say, oh, that was this project. I'm going to go here. That was an edited file, so that's going to be my working files, and I can pull it up in no time at all. Efficiency and speed is the key to being a really good graphic designer. I hope this helps.